reckon on Troyalism, then?
What, the little puppet chap?
No, that's Troy Tempest.
Oh.
No, three in a bed sex, you know, threesomes.
Oh, yeah, it's good, that. I once turned down an eightsome, which is like a threesome plus a fivesome. Van load of birds, pulled up at the lights. One of them stuck her head out the window and she says, why don't you jump in and give us all a baby?
A bit forward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They were nuns, actually. I think they'd had craft too many at the Happy Eater.
Hey, you ever tried that role-playing in bed, you know?
Yeah. I once asked Dorothy to dress up, pretend she was a nurse.
She is a nurse.
Yeah, it didn't really work. Then she asked me to dress up as a farmer and come and rescue her.
Are you sure she didn't say fireman?
Yeah, she did, as a matter of fact. A bit embarrassing. I've still got the smock, actually. Should we sit down?
Why not?
How's your job hunt going?
Oh, well, I don't want to rush into anything, you know.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't hurt to pay a bit of rent, mate.
What, am I a bit behind? Well, I'll settle up now, mate. What's the damage?
657 quid.
Yeah, you know, actually, I wouldn't mind spending a bit more time around the flat, you know, because Deb's been put on part-time working, and she's, like, upstairs all day, and I'm, like, downstairs. It's like that programme.
Sad, horny neighbour.
No, upstairs, downstairs. Anyway, she's just finished with Denzel, you see, so I reckon if I make the move now, I'll be in there.
Let's face it, Tony, the only way you're going to be in there is if you're both marooned on a desert island and she is a poisonous berry or a nut, which makes her temporarily deaf, dumb, stupid, forgetful and desperate for sex.
50-50 chance, you reckon?
Dad, what do you think of the reading area, then? I'm going up market.
Why, Les?
Well, the brewery says I was attracting too many old men with dribble hanging out of their mouths. I got the magazines out of a bin.
Yeah, Les, there's an old fried egg stuck in this one.
Oh, yeah. I'll have that.
Oh, look, it says in this survey that 12% of all men have paid for sex.
Yeah, I have.
You tell Dorothy.
It was Dorothy.
Role-playing, yeah?
No. She just knew that I was desperate.
How many birds have you been to bed with, then?
Difficult to say, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to get experience, don't you, so you don't feel like you've missed out.
Yeah. How many have you had, then? Well, seriously, how many have you had?
Well, I don't know about you, but I stopped counting about 50, you know.
50?
Kid stuff.
I'm just a bit of a feminist, you see. I worship women, each and every one of them.
Yeah, not for very long, obviously.
There's 2 billion of them out there, mate. It's a race against time.
Yeah. Dorothy? You know sex?
Is that the one where two people bounce up and down together with everything flapping about a bit?
That's it. You know how some people have had lots of partners and other people have had possibly not quite so many?
I love it when you tease me to breaking point with your probing questions.
How many have you had?
Should never ask a woman that question, Gary.
Why not?
Well, if she's had a lot, then she's a slut, and if she hasn't had very many, then she's a frigid old witch.
Which one are you?
Well, I suppose if I had to put myself in a pigeonhole, I'd say I was in the woman with disappointing boyfriend category. What's brought this on?
Nothing? What would you say was average, though, for a girl?
234.
Don't be disgusting.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's reasonable for people of our age to have had up to, well, let's say, a dozen partners for...
12? For a girl? 12 men have...
Yes, all right. I'm sorry if you think you're sleeping with a slut.
Oh, no, I've been a bit of a slut myself. No shortage of frantic humping in my life, I can tell you. If you took all my ex-lovers and laid them end to end, they'd probably each to the corner of Manor Road. No, further, they'd probably get that tricky little roundabout by the Texaco garage. I'll broadcast my seed pretty thickly, I can tell you.
Yes, well, thank you for that traffic and farming update.
Sometimes I've fallen out of one bed and jumped straight into the next one without so much as stopping to retie my pyjama cord.
Look, do you want me to get in a taxi and go home? Or are you suffering from some genuine mental illness?
Sorry.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry.
Look, you know if you've got a problem you want to share with me, you've only got to say. You know that, don't you?
What, and you'll understand?
Yeah, of course I will.
D is for dopey, and donkey, and dry cleaning, and hey, you do one. What's this?
Shop.
Delicatessen.
Oh, hi, Tony.
Oh, hi, Debs. Listen, I'm sorry to hear about you and Denzel splitting up.
Oh, it hadn't been going well for a while, you know. It's just a question of who said it first.
Oh. So who...
He did!
Oh. Would you like to come in and talk about it? Perhaps I can help piece together your shattered self-respect.
No.
And make you feel less like some bloke's miserable plaything. Something to be used and then discarded. Like a toy a child gets at Christmas and quickly loses interest in.
Oh, great. I feel better already.
No problem. Coffee?
Thanks, I've got my step class in a few minutes.
Oh, can I come?
All right, if you hurry.
Yes.
Used to be my father's, actually. He once took pictures of us on the beach in Newquay. They came back with the horizon on a sort of slope. So after that, we always called the place Wonky.
Comical.
The same thing happened the following year in Weston-super-Mare. But we couldn't think of an amusing alternative.
About Western Sloping Mare.
That's very good. Yeah, it's a pity you weren't on the holiday with us.
Yes, that's one of those tragedies, isn't it?
The year after that, we went to Cardigan. But we forgot to take the camera. Funnily enough, we also forgot to take our cardigans.
George, please don't make me sit on your head until you can't speak anymore.
Are you all right? You seem very on edge.
Can I ask you a personal question, George?
I'd like to have you up against the wall, Gary. I've got to take a picture of you for the security parts.
So the thing is, George, are you entirely happy with the number of sexual partners you've had?
Oh, yes. Marjorie's the only woman I've ever needed. We're as much in love today as we were when we first met in that fire-damaged co-op. Lovely. I'm a little worried about getting your ears in.